Alright.
If hating Nintendo was a sport, I'd be the Michael Jordan of it. For years, I have thrown innumerable tomatoes at this company for a variety of reasons, and today, I feel so vindicated after all the Nintendo Switch 2 announcements.
Okay.
Now, first things first, the games they showed look incredible.
Me and him are the same person, bro. That's what I'm saying. I thought the games looked good too, but you know, hey, the price crazy.
I was actually salivating and ready to like make a whole video glazing Nintendo for how hype the announcements were. Yeah. The new FromSoft game, the Duskbloods, that came out of nowhere, and we finally got like a couple of tiddlywinks, like almost fucking, you know, subliminal messaging of Silksong. It was only like 6 seconds worth of footage, but Silksong got a release date this year. Those are two things I said would never happen. A FromSoft reveal and Silksong.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see the Silksong part. I was zoned out. Or maybe that was in the direct. I didn't see the direct. Yeah.
Information I said would never happen at a Nintendo Direct or anything. And then bang! Right in my fucking bussy, Nintendo comes in and smokes my whole wiener with this.
Bro!
As is tradition, anytime I make predictions about games, or really anything, any of my predictions, I'm like 0 for 2000. I actually feel like when I make a prediction, I am jinxing it and manifesting the opposite.
Exactly! That's why in every single situation, I always say the worst possible outcome in hopes that the opposite happens. Like, oh, there's a tornado coming through, it's gonna kill me. Which is, you know, it's like, hey, don't do that.
Into reality. So actually I think a lot of people should thank me for these predictions, because I feel like if I never said anything, we would not see anything from Silksong, nor would there even be a new FromSoft title.
Yo, hold it with the 5, thank you.
But amazing announcements. Even aside from those, there were just so many cool things that they showed at the Nintendo Direct. And then immediately after it ends, while they're still riding this high, they have all this hype, they hit everyone with the cold water. They give so much bad news about the Switch 2, from the pricing to the way physical copies are treated, and all of it completely ruined everyone's excitement. It was
That's sad, bro.
A masterclass in how to take the wind out of your own sails. It was just deflating. Like, you got more bad news following the Nintendo Direct than all of your party members down the Oregon Trail, suffering from all of those diseases and ailments every time you take 2 steps. Nintendo did an immaculate job of completely wiping their ass with all the goodwill they built up from that fucking Direct. So I want to start with the most infuriating. Some Nintendo Switch 2 games will be more expensive. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, this probably means they're just going to be $70. Like, all of them across the board are going to be $70, which is more expensive. You're wrong. They're actually, in some cases, going to be $80. And not only are the digital downloads of these games going up to $80 in some cases, from what I'm reading, some of the physical copies of these games will be going to $90.
Is that 100% confirmed? Like, there's going to be a $90 little card. But let's be real, chat. Does anybody in here still buy physical copies of games? I have not bought a physical copy of a game and own everything I love a minimum 5 years. You gotta go to Walmart. You gotta hope that it's there. And if it is there, you gotta awkwardly go up to the worker, be like, hey, can I get in the game case real quick? And it's always the most shameful thing ever when you gotta walk up to the thing and be like, which game do you want? That one. You feel like such a loser. Does anybody else feel like a loser when you're in the game section of a Walmart? I feel like everybody's looking at you like you're a nerd. Like, I remember back when I was younger, bro, I'd be in the game section. Every time me and my parents go to Walmart, I would run to the game section. And if I see somebody I knew, I'd have to hide because I don't want them to see me in the game section. For real.
Now, what this means is that
Mario Kart will be 128 AUD for me. I don't know what that translates to, but that's kind of crazy. Australia, you need to take that $128 and build an electric fence to keep them spiders out your house is what you need to do. You live in Australia, buddy, you're dead.
Nintendo's off their fucking gourd. I can't even make this kind of markup in Schedule 1 with my drugs because no one would buy them.
Hold on now, you must not know who Jesse Waters is, Moist. Now, hold on now.
Going up to $20 over the normal market value, that's
crazy.
Unheard of, but it's Nintendo. They can strong arm their way and get away with it.
True.
And what this means is $80 games, and I guess in some cases $90
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say what I just said.
physical copies. That's going to become the industry standard.
What I say. Exactly. I said they opened the door. Door standing wide open. Here come everybody else. Look, here go Nintendo, right? Look, here go Nintendo. Nintendo walks up to the door. Peep this. Here's the door, right? The door's right in front of me. Except imagine the door that's right in front of me says $80 game zone. Here come Nintendo. $80 game, right? Okay, here comes everybody else. Here come everybody else. They walk up to the door. Door already butt naked, wide open, butt naked. Oh man, $80 game. All right, bet. Didn't even open the door. You don't know why? Because it was already wide open, bro. GG. Door open. I ain't got to worry about no backlash. You want to know why? I tell you why. Because Nintendo taking all the backlash for them. Right? Nintendo said, you know what? We'll take the backlash. Can't nobody do nothing to us. So now what? Everybody gonna come in behind them for the free ski. It's like a big brother taking the blame for the little brother when they break something. Even though you didn't break nothing, you still gonna take the blame and they gonna get away scot-free. And that little brother's all the other game developers. They gonna come through $80 game, they ain't gonna hear nothing about it. You wanna know why? Because Nintendo set it up. They done set it up. I'm telling you. Like he said, like I said. There it goes. GG. Hey.
All of the other big players in the industry are going to follow suit. Nintendo has just busted the lid off of $80 as a normal amount to charge.
Yeah, and you know what was in that lid, Moist? There was a lizard in that lid. And that lizard was an $80 video. You know, I'm done giving analogies, but he's right, yeah.
For a digital copy of games. That sucks so much shit through a crazy straw. I couldn't even begin to describe how on brand that is for Nintendo. Some people are surprised. I was surprised Nintendo didn't do something like this sooner. I have said for so long how out of touch this company is and how anti-consumer Nintendo as a company is. They make great games, bangers, games that are very special to me. You'll find a lot of them on my shelf.
Yeah, you're right. The games themselves are undefeated, undeniable. You know what I mean?
The company itself is the antithesis of fun and friendly. They are brutal and greedy. And they knew they could get away with this kind of pricing. They knew it, and they will get away with it, unfortunately.
True!
And now people are finally starting to see, like, oh no, this company, like, they don't fucking like us. Like, they do not really like
yeah, you could tell.
Consumer. And I feel...
Somebody said L take. What you mean? I fear there's no other take to have. Usually there's two takes to everything, but if you're trying to say this a L take, you are reaching so far that you about to fall into whatever you reaching into. Because I don't see how you could possibly muster up any other take from this.
so vindicated. Like, I feel like, you know, our ancestors way back in the day when that
Buddy,
one
you got one of them trash picker-uppers reaching as far as you possibly can for a L take. I don't know where you finding it at, but it ain't here. You reaching for nothing. There ain't no what to take there, buddy.
person spoke up and said, what if instead of eating it raw, we cook our meat? And then he got, like, pummeled by rocks from the rest of the group. Well, that was me. And now instead of throwing rocks, people are finally being like, no, wait, maybe this meat is getting cooked here. Nintendo is a meat cooker of ass.
Bro. What's bro talking about, bro? Yo, my head hurting, man. Man, golly.
I got lost in the analogy I was trying to make. Point is, I've said for so long how mean.
I just heard something outside, GG.
Of a company Nintendo is, and how they do not respect you. This company wouldn't piss in your mouth if you were dying of
Okay, yo, what's going... Hey, alright.
Unless you paid them $60 up front for the convenience fee. So this is the perfect...
Bro, you never know what the next sentence is going to be. You never know. You literally never know what the next sentence is going to be, ever. It's impossible.
That Nintendo will just do anything for a couple extra doubloons.
He right, though, man. I mean, he's true. If $80 becomes the norm, then piracy will become the norm, too. I mean, people going to steal them games no matter what. People gonna find a way to steal a game, buddy. And to be real with you, can you blame them? Because the thing with games is, bruh, you can't be 100% you're gonna like it before you spend that $80. So if you spend that $80 and you don't like it, I mean, you could get a return, but man. W Moist, though, bro. He's spitting, no joke. He's spitting, bro. I'm telling you, man. That's exactly what I was saying. All right, let me watch.